So I've gotten asked this question several times. There's been occasions whenever a guy told me this long, elongated story about how his partner is acting strange. She's been acting strange for a while, and he doesn't understand why. And in these particular situations, it became obvious by the time they got to the end of their story that the woman was completely checked out of the relationship and she didn't want to be there anymore because the issues and the things that could have been prevented were not prevented. That there were things that drove this big wedge between the couple, and there wasn't really much that they could do. So today's discussion is, how do you determine whenever a woman has completely checked out of the relationship and when you can still save it, and perhaps when it is still beautiful, even if it's a little pained at the moment? That's what we're going to talk about today. So how do you determine if the woman that you're with has officially checked out of the hotel of your love, or if she just has a complaint from management? Well, to be honest, like as women, most of the time before we decide on a breakup, we actually do put a lot of thought into it. We don't always clearly communicate it. And to be honest, I personally think that that's a personal foul on our part. That is something that we as women really need to work on, is being clear and upfront whenever we have a problem or have a complaint. Because most men are willing to adapt or do something different if they know what we expect and what it is that we need from them. So as for to women, my advice is just come on, be upfront about what it is that you want in the complaint. Because there is a certain point where she's going to officially check out 100% from the relationship. And the man, most of the time, y'all don't even realize what's been happening. So listen to her, ask her on a regular basis. If she says that she's grumpy, she's moody, whatever else, if you notice it, go ahead and ask her and insist on getting that answer. Otherwise, you're going to be left in the dark and she's going to check out. So I'm on the road to the red light. I'm going to try to do this real quick. So in the next couple of clips, I'm going to talk about the differences between when a woman checks out of a relationship based on how long the two of you have been together. Real short. If you've only been together for a very little while and she's already checked out, let that ish go. You feel me? Peace. But if a woman is in a relationship with someone and she's been with them for years, or a marriage, or if you guys got kids and whatever else, and if she starts acting like she's trying to check out, what I want you to tell her is that there's a good chance, and this goes for men and women, that if you have been in a long-term relationship and all of a sudden you're feeling like you're checking out of it, you're not happy, whatever else, it's probably not the relationship. The relationship or your significant other is probably most likely the scapegoat for other things in your life that you're not happy about. So you need to make a life transformation and involve your partner in that life transformation. Don't put aside and throw away years of a committed, beneficial relationship where you guys are bonded. I mean, grow together and develop. Don't check out just because you may be dissatisfied with one thing in your life. Don't blame your significant other just because they're the closest thing to you to receive that blame. So, funny story about tomorrow's topic. My daughter was talking about an episode of Scooby-Doo that she recently saw, and she was laughing and cutting up, and she said, "Mama, why is it that Fred doesn't really pay attention to Daphne, even though he knows that he cares about her, and then all of a sudden, whenever she gets a new boyfriend or love interest, all of a sudden he's super duper jealous and like possessive?" And she was laughing and said it was like so funny. So it made me think about it. You know what? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the Freds and the Daphnes of the world tomorrow. So let's have a little bit of fun with it. Scooby-Doo inspired tomorrow's topic. Peace.